So some of my beadlock nuts and bolts actually broke off in the wheel, and the reason why is if your tire is wider on the lip than 15 mils, you have to have a spacing. The spacers wouldn't install, and obviously it's caused the bolt to be at an angle and not be perfectly straight. And then there wasn't anti-seize used, so they're saying you should use like marine anti-seize, basically almost like a copper slip but a marine one, because we do live coastal. So right now I'm busy drilling out, and then I'm putting in helicoils, and then I'm gonna put new bolts in with the spacers, which is arriving from Tyrelife. It's on its way. It's Monday today, it should be here tomorrow, and then we aim it away. But that's one important thing that I think a lot of people need to understand. You need to re-torque your beadlocks every 1,000 kilometers. So you need a special little torque wrench for it, something that goes from about 5 to 40 Newton meters. And with that being said, you also must rotate, and the spacers are important. So guys living up in like Joburg and further up north don't need to do the marine anti-seize, but us at the coast side, we definitely do. So I'm very excited to get it sorted out, get it back on the road, but I'm also at the same time going to rotate all the wheels, so you can just watch how we do it. So we use cutting paste to preserve the bit and also cut cooler. So the trick to this is drilling dead center in the middle. Cool a bit and lubricate it. It lasts much longer. I did also query why they don't use stainless steel bolts, but it's not as strong as these bolts. It doesn't carry the same strength. And I also asked about high tensile, but they use a mild bolt, and they've got very technical reasons, and I can actually explain it because they sent me a long email about it. But I'm just sticking to as much of the standard as I can, as the manufacturer standard. What happens here now? Did you actually try and turn loose? Don't lie. Wow. Check that out. We actually got one out without having to helicoil him. Ha! Not too bad, eh? Am I imagining that? I think I should just turn out also. I could actually reverse thread that thing out. I do have reverse thread taps here, a Mastercraft set, so let's see if we can bite onto that one quickly. Very happy with this. I mean, helicoils is your last resort. There we go. Check that out. And nicely that baby's coming out. So really, really nice and came out there. Wunderbar. Carbide taps from Mastercraft. They are quite strong, right? Solid. So if you don't look after them and they snap off, you actually sit with a situation where you struggle to drill them, because to drill through carbide is a whole other story. So let's just try and heat it and see what happens. got that bolt out. See if we can extract it. All out. So let's just test this hole. Let's see the socket. So we managed to save quite a lot of them, get them out properly. So it means that I actually only have to put in 3 helicoils. 1, 2, 3. This broke off in there. So that's what I was talking about earlier on. This is the carbide bolt extractor that broke off in here, and it's very difficult to get it out. I'm going to try, but first I'm going to do my thread, and I'm going to tap these 3, put in the 3 helicoils. So I made my own helicoil tool. You can look here. So we're done tapping. Now helicoil. So this is that tool I made. It's basically a screwdriver with a slot in it, helicoil over it, turn it in, give it a knock, and it breaks off on that perfect action. So let's have a look. Don't force it, you just turn it in. You'll feel it will turn very easily in. So I normally go in about that far, down, deep, further down, about a centimeter deeper in, so that I'm not biting at the top, I'm actually biting a bit lower down. So let's check. I'm happy with that. So now, slight tap, there we go, out. Now if you took a bolt, you can see. Here's the bolt. This is an old bolt. We're going to be putting new bolts in. And there we go. Perfect. So today's day 2. Today we're putting back the beadlock. We've got some copper anti-seize, really good ones, Herschel ones that we're using to not seize the nuts and bolts. We've got our spacers again inserted. And we've got brand spanking new nuts, sorry, bolts, and brand spanking new washers. So at the end of today we should be well sorted. So if you look there, there's an indent there, and by what I'm looking at, it's probably going to go one of 2 ways. Let's just figure out which way it goes. But what I'm doing, which is very interesting, I'm going to show you now, is I'm actually going to mark my 12 o'clock, my 3 o'clock, my 6 o'clock, and my 9 o'clock, because that's the order that I'm going to be torquing the bolts in. So all we have to do is we have to mark this one over here as 12. This is our 12. Directly opposite is our 6. And then obviously you guys all know how it goes, 9 and 3. So let's get started so that we can get back on the road. So that's the, yeah, I don't even know how it goes. 9, there's 9. Okay. So first things first. So we're lining them up nicely. There we go. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to oppose them to the holes. And then we're going to start putting our nuts and bolts in. So first things first, let's assemble some washers and bolts. Bolts. I'm always calling nuts bolts and bolts nuts. So now, putting the ring on, I'm putting the Tyrelife symbol at the valve. Just a little thing, nothing special, just something to do because it just makes it look nicer. And I'm going to hand tighten all of them in. Just I like hand tighten to get them in and just check something. Okay, so the threads are good, but I'm going to put on some anti-seize also now at the same time. So here we go. Let's do this. So now we're tightening in a crisscross diagonal way now. One wheel done and dusted. Started off torquing them like that. One bolt missing, you'll see there, because that's where the the extractor broke off in. I started off at 60 Newton meters and then went up to 32 Newton meters. Everything's fast. I'm going to do the other one and then inflate. Didn't video it because it's very time consuming. Wheel number 2. So let's just seat the tire nicely. Yeah, nicely, and then we're gonna start. I'm just gonna give this a bit of a clean, and then yeah, good to go. So now we're gonna do the front wheels because we've done the back. I think it's only right if we do front and back. New nuts, new bolts, spaces installed, because in the middle of nowhere I'm not going to find a replacement wheel very easily on anyone else's car or even at like a workshop or something. So rather safe than sorry, because we do travel quite far and quite often. So this one should be fairly easy because there's no broken nuts, no helicoils to drill, nothing. It's just basically a cleanup of the bead. Replace the nuts, the bolts, this is, and then add the plastic spaces. So far so good. And yeah, I'll spin them out with a gun quickly just to make it go a bit faster. I mean, they are loose now, broken these seals. All turning very easily. Let's just heat the gun. Quick baby, come and play. Loosen my hand with a normal wrench, and then you can use the gun just to remove the bolts and make it easy. That's kind of all we're doing right now. Also, note, I have taken the air out before I did this, right? Because this thing gone. So I've taken all the air out. So this ring is not under pressure at all. There's absolutely no air left in there. Turn the valve loose, and I'll turn the valve back now. That's it. Bob's your uncle. Just throw all those old washers out. Over away. Now, check it out. You can actually see that muck build up there, sand, dirt, residue. That's where we have our fun with this vehicle. We fit. I'm just going to clean these holes out by the way. I might get a lot of flack for this, right? I hope I don't. But I'm a very big fan of brake cleaner. Cleans out threads so well, so well. Been using it for years, never had an issue with it. So let's go. So what it is, I made this hole bigger. Just pushing the nut in, perfectly coated, dropping it in. Because I'm never gonna deal with seized nuts on a beadlock again. Never. I'm gonna make 100% sure of that. On this tire like this. What one you think I'm doing? I think mine has one instead. Just push your weight around it and seal the bead. Over that pop. Now it's going up to 0.64. It's going to be a while. So we're checking for leaks and soapy water. So at the same time I'm rotating the wheels, I'm doing them in a diagonal pattern. So this wheel is going to the back there, that wheel's coming there, that other front wheel is going there, and like that, and then my spare wheel is going back on. I'm not rotating into the spare wheel this time.
Who the hell can stop me?